لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا الله. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله العظيم. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآله. الله أكبر. حول الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآله. اللهم اغفر لي ولوالديك وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا اجزيهما بالإحسان إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي العظيم. الله. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد يا ولي العهد وصدق العهد. الله. استغفر الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Go forward, please. Thank you.
Thank you, man. So I thought I'd come see you, man. I was ready to turn to Paris.
You go over there, right? You're going to be a big problem.
6 days I was there for work.
Zanzibar.
So how you feeling? Yeah. Results come back and stuff? Yeah, I've got to go back. So what, in December? Nice, wasn't it? It's probably backlog of loads of stuff going on their side. You're not nervous or anything? No. You're alright? Yeah, trust me. With him.
Yours and mine. Mine's over there. Yours over there. You take them out.
Narayan Takbir, Narayan Risalat, Narayan Haidri, Saniyat, Yazidiyat. I'm going to speak to the young ones. I'm going to tell a little story in half a minute. I went to Karbala and Salem, and I walked from Najaf to Karbala. And during my walk, I met many children, aged 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I asked them, because I had somebody with me, Mulana Sahib, who asked them in Arabic. And they were all giving niyaz. And they're very poor people. They save little kids, in saving 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny in whole year. Then on Chedam, they're giving niyaz. So here we got a lot of youngsters, and I will request everyone, if you want to donate 50 pence, 1 pound, 5 pounds, 2 pounds to our niyaz, we give food in the name of Imam Hussain. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So we have a list for the food sponsors. Anyone who wishes to contribute for the food sponsors, please put your name down, come and see us. You're more than welcome. Anything will go a long way, inshallah. Just a couple of announcements before we start the standard daily announcements, and that is that I saw some cars sort of parked on bends, blocking certain driveways. We'll go around a bit later and write down some of those number plates and announce them later. If you do know that you've done your car is incorrectly parked, please go and move your car. Keep noises to a minimum. I literally said yesterday, no lingering outside. The second I walked out, every single person was outside lingering. Massive, like very loud laughter. We don't need that. We submitted a planning permission here. I really doubt we'll get that with that sort of noise being emitted. on a weeknight, particularly a Monday night, Tuesday night. So please be mindful of our neighbors and make sure that you don't make a lot of noise. The other one is we have the £100 Muharram fund as a minimum for every working member. So please, if you haven't contributed, please come and see myself, Uncle Sajjad Rizvi, Uncle Fazilat, any of the elders. Please come and see them and do contribute. If you wish to bank transfer, I know a few brothers asked me for bank transfers. We'll arrange that. So do come and see us, and we'll have a bank account in which you can transfer it to. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. One last thing is, this Majlis is actually being recorded on YouTube live now. So this is one of the new setups that we have, alhamdulillah. So do be mindful, extra mindful. And also, just to let you know that the media room is off bounds, so please do stay away from it. No one's allowed in there unless they come and see myself, Sajid, or Imran Jafi. Anyone else needs access to that room, needs to come and see us, and that's it. Okay? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And you can please welcome our guest scholar, Sheikh Mohammad Dhaini, to deliver his Majlis with a very loud salawat ala Muhammad.
صلى الله عليك يا مولاي يا رسول الله. صلى الله عليك أيها البشير النذير والسراج المنير يا أبا القاسم يا رسول الله. السلام عليك وعلى ابنك المظلوم الشهيد العطشان الظمآن حسين يا حسين all together حسين يا حسين حسين يا حسين. السلام عليك يا مولاي. يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. مولاي يا مهدي أنت ولينا حتى متى تبقى غريبا بيننا. O صاحب الزمان, we await your presence. So when are you going to be hidden from us, O Mawlana, Ya Sahib al-Zaman? وإلى متى تبقى بعيدا غائبا؟ طال الغياب أما تحن لأجلنا. Oh Master, we are missing your presence. You are the one we await. إنا نأن من النوائب والأسى. أفلست تسمع يا إمام أنيب. واشتد شوق المؤمنين إليكم واشتد شوق المؤمنين إليكم فمتى نقر بنور وجهك أعينا ومتى ينادي جبريل بالسماء مهدي آل محمد مولى لنا صاحب الزمان when will the time come when we hear the screams of Jibreel saying this is our Mahdi, this is al-Mahdi you await وتقوم يا مولاي في القرى وتجمع الأنصار من أبرارنا يا طالبا بالدم المقتول بكربلاء أفلا تنادي يا مولاي أفلا تنادي يا لثار حسيننا أفلست تذكر حين قام مناديا أفلست تذكر حين قام مناديا في مكة يا قوم من يلحق بنا فأجابه خير الرجال وعاهدوا رب البرية والإمام مؤلفنا يا صاحب الزمان when will you come and avenge the blood of your grandfather Hussein? Do you not recall the time when Abu Abdullah al-Hussein called upon his companions and only a few replied to him وقضوا مناسك حجهم في كربلاء and they completed the a'mal of Hajj in Karbala لبس البيت الحرام ثوب حزن وحداد وبكت كعبته واكتست لون السواد يا صاحب الزمان it's time you come and we work together and help you avenge our master Hussein إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل بيت محمد بأي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين صلوا على محمد وآل محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Brothers and sisters, it's an absolute pleasure once again. I'd like to Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Previously we spoke on one of the importance of Muqatis, and we mentioned why it was Imam Hussein alayhi salam that stood up for the injustice that was happening, or the pressure that was caused by Yazid ibn Muhammad. Tonight inshallah we'll speak about one of the goals of Allah and we'll touch on that towards the end, on how he implemented his message. If you allow me to begin, please salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي توحد بالعز والبقاء وقهر عباده بالموت والفناء صلى الله على محمد وآله الأوصياء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. And give good news to the patient who, when a misfortune befalls them, they say, surely we are for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to Him we shall surely return. Those are they on whom are blessings and mercy from their Lord, and those are the followers of the right course. We go through 6 phases, or 6 chapters, or 6 stops in our life. Every single human being walks through each one of these 6 phases. Phase number 1, as the scholars call it, is Alam al-Dhar, or Alam al-Anwar, which is the life of lights or the life of atoms, depending on the different opinions. And that life is before this life, before we are on this materialistic life. And there's a lot of deep and philosophical topics you could shed on Alam al-Dhar. But that's one phase, or one station of the human being's life. The second one is Alam al-Arham. وَنُقِرُّ فِي الْأَرْحَامِ مَا نَشَاءُ. The second phase is in your mother's womb. Every single human being must go through that stage where they're in the mother's womb. The third stage is Alam al-Dunya, or Alam al-Mad, which is the realm that is caught up by the physical, materialistic life. So everything that's got to do with this world, this dunya, is Alam al-Mad. Everything can relate to the physical world. The fourth is a place where no one runs away from, a place where everyone awaits, most are scared of, which is death. Alam al-Barzakh, the grave. I heard this saying once, actually I find this saying that said there's 2 things you can never run away from: paying taxes and death. You can't run away from those 2. So death is a place where we try and forget about, we try and run away from, because it's going to happen. A story a brother once shared with me, he said that there was a child, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. He was still young, whole life ahead of him. And he goes to school, like we all did when we were younger, and like the brothers do now. He's going to school. He finishes school. His mother is coming to pick him up. You know, child, I remember myself when I was finishing school, I'd get excited, can't wait to get back home, play PlayStation, jump on my computer, you know, have fun. Finish school. And this kid, that's all that's going through his mind. I can't wait till I get home, spend some time with family, play some games. And his mother picks him up and he's walking in front of her. And then a car hits him. The car is speeding and he hits him. And this child, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, passes away, dies in front of the eyes of his mother. And all you could hear is a woman screaming, "My son, my son, my son, my son." And this kid woke up in the morning, went to school, and he was not expecting to come back dead. So death, we're running away from it, but that's where we're going to. So that's the fourth station. So we have Alam al-Dhar, Alam al-Arham, we have the life of the atoms, we have the life of the womb, then we have the materialistic, physical abode, and then we have the death, the grave, and then we have 2 more left. We have Judgment Day, when we are resurrected, and we stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are judged for every single action that we've done, for every sin that we've committed, for every good deed that we have committed, we get the ajr and thawab for that. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسِ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Everyone, doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what religion you come from, whether whether you're rich, whether you're poor, you will stand in front of the judger, al-hakim, and he will judge you for every single thing you have done. And it's a day that all of the books, when it comes to the Jewish religion, for example, Christianity, Torah, Bible, the Holy Quran, they all emphasize on the existence of this station. And then we have the last abode, the last station. This is where the train stops and it says, we don't go any further. This is the hereafter. So after you've been judged in station 5, after that's finished, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says you're either in hell, and inshallah you are all from the people of paradise, either you're in hell. And that's eternal. That's it. Like I said, the station stops there, finishes there. It's eternal. There's no going back from there. No? Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, a lot of people say, رَبِّ ارْجِعُونَ لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِيهِ. Take me back. The ones who've done and committed sin, they realize where they are now. They say, Rabbi, take me back. And you know what they say? لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِيهِ. Not I will do better if you take me back to the dunya. So, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do better. I will try and do better. I will try and not commit sin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what you've done, you won't change it. Now the average lifespan of a human being, obviously this is not my claim, this is statistics and some scientific figures, it's approximately 25,550 days. That's approximately the average lifespan of the human being. How many days we are going to live? Allahu A'lam, no one knows. Like I said, he's 15, 16 years old, coming back from school, and in front of his mother he just passed. So whether it's 25,550 days, whether it's 1,000 days, whether it's 10,000 days, every single one of these days is a struggle. Every single one of these days should be a day of achievement, where we should work hard. If I work in if I have a certain job, I work hard in that job. When I'm in school, I take care of my studies, I do my homework, I take care of this time that you're never going to study. You're not going to go back to school. This is the only time. Like once this day passes, you can't get it back. For example, I heard a story once from a scholar. He finished his salat, he was praying Dhuhr and Asr. He finished his salat and he began to cry. And one of the people that were praying behind him, he asked him, Maulana, why are you crying so much? He told him, because see this Dhuhr that I just prayed, I will never be able to pray it again. Because tomorrow's Dhuhr is different to my Dhuhr now. Our life is like a sand glass. Inshallah, we'll explain that through the words of Amir ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ عَدَدُ أَيَّامٍ. إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ عَدَدُ أَيَّامٍ. You know what you are composed of? You are composed of a couple of days. That's what you are composed of. What else did it say? فَكُلُّ يَوْمٍ يَمْضِي فِيكَ. And every day that passes, يَمْضِي فِيكَ يَمْضِي بِبَعْدِكَ. Meaning, it takes away from you. Every single day that passes in your life, it's taking away from your life. So if someone would ask, who is the oldest human being? I'll tell you, the oldest is the one that's not born yet. The oldest is the one that's 2 months or 1 month, because they have not lived the days that have started and began to eat them away. For example, he's 2 months old, and inshallah Allah gives him life, and prolongs his life. He's 2 months, he has 70 years ahead of him. But when I'm 20 or 30 or 40, I have 20 or 30 years ahead of me. What have I done with every single day that has passed? Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So we are living a life days are just decreasing. And because we are still in the third stop, there's so much things we could do about this decreasing days. Imam Ali alayhi salam explains it perfectly once again. He says, "Ad-dunya mazra'atul akhirah." This world, the third station which we are speaking about, this world is the farm of the hereafter. What you plant in this farm now, you'll get it in the hereafter. What you plant in this farm now, you'll nurture it. Imam Ali alayhi salam said. So, for the one who does not plant any seeds, what does he get in the hereafter? Nothing. He hasn't planted himself. Hasn't begun to prosper, rather in this world, and obviously hasn't begun to prosper in this world. SubhanAllah. Imam alayhi salam, when he speaks gold. He doesn't just really speak any normal words. It's just gold. Every word that Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam sheds is gold.
اللهم صل على محمد يا حيدري يا علي.
Now, in reality, we live in countries like in Europe, for example, London, UK, or brothers and sisters back home in Australia, or in Canada, or in the United States. We have to be very honest with ourselves. These countries do give us a big advantage over others. We have to be honest with ourselves. These countries give us so much of an advantage, whether it comes to this dunya, and when it comes to the hereafter. We live luxurious lives, brothers and sisters. Let's not lie about it. Let's not come and say, oh, I'm sick of this country. I tell you, go to the Middle East, live there for 1 month, and tell me you're sick of London. You know? We live in a place, we live in countries of opportunity. Opportunity, and when I say opportunity, I'm not saying only financial opportunity. I'm saying opportunity, even when I work from 9 to 5, even when I'm working all day, I'm struggling so hard to make that, as they say, quid, pound, penny. As hard as I work for that, it doesn't mean that I'm working for this dunya. The man that goes and leaves his house in the morning and goes home and goes to work and works very hard and sweats and comes back and puts food on the table for his family is a mujahid. He's fighting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It all just comes down to intention. How do you intend it? So we do live in a land of opportunity. And so is this dunya. Amir al-Mu'mineen once again, alayhi salam, he says, الدنيا سوق الدنيا سوق ربح فيها قوم وخسر فيها آخرون. He says, this world is like a marketplace. The marketplace, you can go to the marketplace and you can spend money and you could work and you can open your business, and at the end of the day you come back home, either you have won from this business trade or you've lost. And there are many that go and they do business and they come back and they've made profit and they've won. But there are many as well that they go to this marketplace and they come back and they have lost. It says this dunya is like this. This dunya is a marketplace. Many people will come to this dunya and they will go back to the akhirah and they have lost. And an example of losing is not having the wilayah of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. That's an example of losing is when you are far from a man like Abu Abdullah alayhi salam. That's losing. An example of losing is when you don't have a book like Sahif al-Sajjadiyya or Mafatih al-Jinan where you can read this adri and this dua and cry and connect to the Lord. An example of losing is when you're unable to hear what Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam says in dua. That's an example of losing. So this world, it's a world of opportunity. You could win. Wallah, we could win. Purify your intention, work properly, everything you do in the same way. Just purify your intention. Work with a sincere heart. And you can never get sick of Ali ibn Abi Talib and his proverbs. He also says, Sallallahu ala Muhammad Dhaini. He puts our life and the worth how much our life is worth perfect. He says, do not accept for your life anything other than paradise. Your soul deserves nothing less than paradise. That's what you deserve. Everything you do, everyone you encounter, every action that you do, remember that what I'm doing now, my actions, the person that I'm sitting with now, my friends, are they helping me? Are they serving me for the hereafter or not? This action of mine, is it getting me closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not? Because it's not worth, wallah, it's not worth. See, the problem, this is where the problem is. The problem is if I came and told, I want to speak about myself, if someone came and told me, look, Muhammad, if you do this sin, if you backbite, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to lash you 1,000 lashes. Wallah, you backbite, I'm going to lash you. And he's standing, everywhere I go, he's always with me. No way in the world I'm going to backbite. Because I can already see the punishment in front of my eyes. I know that, oh, I backbite, he's watching me, I get 1,000 lashes, no thank you. The problem with us is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is beyond us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful that He does not even let you see how He's going to punish you. So He can give you the choice whether you do it or don't do it. So that's the difference between us and the Imams alayhi salam. Now, Brother alayhi salam is walking with a companion of his. And his companion, he asks him, oh, Ali. He says, you claim, you Ahlul Bayt claim that you cannot sin. Can you really not sin? Is that the case? And as he's walking, as you know, back in those days, the Arabs, they had shared toilets, so they'd have a toilet in the middle, right? And people would go and you'd pay and you'd use the toilet, the bathroom. And they're walking and they pass this toilet and he says, oh you, can you see that kama, the feces, coming out of the toilet? He says, yes. He says, can you eat that feces? Ask him a question. Is it possible for you to eat that feces? He says, yes. He says, why don't you eat that feces? He says, because it's disgusting. Because that's how we see sin. We see al-masiyah, we see sin as disgusting. Because when I say sin, when I see someone backbiting, I just see two people talking about another person behind their back. When Ali ibn Musa alayhi salam says someone backbiting, you know what he says? He says a person eating his brother's flesh. He sees it with his eyes. He sees how disgusting the sin is. So this dunya is a place where we can see, we could go and prepare our crops for the hereafter, or we could work the other way around. And it's not worth us working for however many years we're going to live, 70, 80, 90 years, and at the end of the day, not reach paradise, not be able to chill. And the beauty, I mentioned this in the first night, is the beauty of Ashura and Muharram is that we have 10 nights to revive our souls, 10 nights to connect to the Ahlul Bayt, 10 nights to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many of us can come to these majalis, and because of one thing, can go back and we are completely purified. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forgiven our sins and we are a new blank white page. So we're basically starting from scratch. These majalis of Allah salam, they connect us spiritually to Allah salam. They make us always consistently remember consistently remember the oppression that the Ahlul Bayt would do. And Because, like we said, our lives, we don't know how long we're going to live for. We are always getting sent constant messages of, I'm not going to be in this dunya forever. And when it is our time, it is our time. Like the 15-year-old child, it was his time. Allah SWT took his soul in front of his mother after school. For example, a beautiful story, many of you have probably already heard this. If you allow me to say it, Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. It's a beautiful story of a man with Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam. Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam, as you know, he was king. He had all of he used to speak to the jinn. So one day, in the courtyard of Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam, a lot of people were sitting there, and a man sitting beside Nabi Sulaiman is sitting down, and then Allah SWT sends the angel of death to this courtyard. And he sends him, but in a manner where everyone can see him. So as soon as he walks in, everyone freaks out. Angel of death. And then the angel of death automatically looks at the person that was sitting next to who? Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam. And he's confused. The angel of death is confused. He's looking at him. He's confused. He's shocked. So Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam looks at him like that. And then the person next to Nabi Sulaiman, he whispers to Nabi Sulaiman, he tells him, please take me away from him. He got scared. He felt like his angel of death is going to come take his life. He says, please take me away from here. He says, take me to India. Send me to India at the blink of an eye. Send me to India. And he says, okay. And he sends him to India at the blink of an eye. The same way that they got Arsh Balqis, the throne of Balqis, at the blink of an eye, he was in India. Time later, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also says at the angel of death once again. The angel of death comes and he's telling him, why did you enter my courtyard so shocked? You were looking at this man in such a weird way. And subhanAllah, India from where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was very far. Very, very far. There wasn't airplanes and boats. It was very far away. And he says, I was shocked because Allah SWT had ordered me to take that man's life in India in 1 hour. And what was he doing there? So when it's your time, it's your time. Whether you're in London, whether you're in Pakistan, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Lebanon, when it's your time, it's your time. You can't run away from it. Haribun minka ilayk, I'm running away from you. But where am I going? I'm going towards you, Allah. Allah SWT says in Surah Al-Kahf, Surah Al-Kahf, ayah 18, He says, Al-mal wal-banun zinat al-hayat al-dunya. So the ornament of this life is what? Is money, wealth, and family, your offspring. That's the ornament of this life. So when you ask a father or a mother, what was the happiest day of your life? They say, when my son was born, or when my daughter was born. Right? And how able I am to spend on my children and my family. Whereas the ornament of the next life, what's the ornament of the next life? He says, وَالْبَاقِيَاتِ الصَّالِحَاتِ. That's the ornament of the next life. So the virtuous endowment, the righteous and virtuous endowments, those are what it is. So our virtuous actions, how we act, what we do. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll speak about our actions and what mannerisms should we have as the representatives of Ahlul Bayt. So every single one of us should ask, through my actions, what legacy have I left behind? If I were to die today, before I fall off this number, I'll ask myself, what legacy have I left behind? What will people take away from my life? How much contribution have I given to society, to my family, to my society, to my community? What have I done for them? What have I proposed for Allah Abdullah Hussain? Did I just come and cry and listen to the lectures? Or no, have I really given to these majalis for Allah Abdullah Hussain? See, you find some people leave this world with an evil legacy and are only remembered for their evil. And the best example is Yazid. He is remembered for being evil. Now, if you look up, well, where's the grave of Yazid? It's next to a rubbish bin somewhere in Syria. You know? So, and then you have people like, for example, Saddam Hussein. Then you have people like Muawiyah. These people didn't leave good legacies. They remembered, and right beside their name is Rahmatullahi alayh. May God, take away. May God not mercy him and never forgive his people. So some people do live and leave behind them an evil legacy. And as it's obvious, this isn't the story, this isn't the lesson that Islam teaches us. Islam doesn't teach me to come and hurt and annoy and be rude to my brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. Doesn't matter what religion they are. It's, you know how beautiful it is to keep a beautiful legacy within, for example, the British community, between my brothers and sisters that aren't from my race, aren't from my religion, to remember me as the person that was kind, to remember me as the person that was generous, to remember me as the person that was lovable, to remember me as the person that was funny. Because when he remembers me as all of these beautiful characteristics, you know, my teacher is Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam. I didn't learn these by myself. My teacher was Ja'far. My teacher was Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. Our actions here reflect our imams. That's why Imam Salah said, "Kunu da'watan lana." Be the ones to call for our message. But how? بِغَيْرِ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ. But don't only call with your tongue. Call with your actions. Show the people the akhlaq of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Show the people the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Show them. Rasulullah, this is beautiful. He says, خَيْرُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ أَنْفَعُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ. خَيْرُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ أَنْفَعُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ. The best among you, the best ones among you are the ones who are most service towards the community. The ones who are of most service to one another. That's the beautiful person. Because it's not about only reciting Quran and knowing Quran. I'll tell you why. Because the people that killed Abu Abdullah Hussain were reciting Quran. The people that beheaded Abu Abdullah Hussain on the 10th day of Muharram, they all had known the Quran of my heart. The people that are oppressing the Shia in Yemen know Quran. The people that are oppressing the Shia in Syria all know Quran. These Wahhabis, they all know Quran. They probably read better than us. But is it enough? It's not enough. It says, خَيْرُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ أَنْفَعُكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ. The best among you are those of most service and dedication towards the people and towards their community, especially as a community. صلوا على محمد وآله. So, when it comes to the Quran, the way we learn the Quran and learn from the Quran are through the people that teach the Quran. The ones who Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi claims are the teachers of the Quran, which are the Ahlul Bayt. They show us the love and the compassion through the Quran and through their dua. For example, Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and I urge Allah urge my brothers and sisters and I urge myself, wallah, to understand Abu Abdullah, to really understand the Prophet alayhi salam, we must go through his dua, but dua arafah. To understand Abu Abdullah alayhi salam, it's extremely important to know, to go and see how he speaks to Allah, see his mawqif, akhlaq, with the way he speaks to Allah. For example, when he's trying to teach the people that are coming to kill him, the last thing he says is, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا, which is Sheikh on the sands of Karbala, and he says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا, which is what? Like I said, Prophet ﷺ is the one that teaches us Quran. So you go back to the ayah, Allah Ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, what? He says, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ ذَكَرٍ وَأُنْثَى وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. O mankind, surely we have created you of male and female and into different tribes and different nations and different communities, so that you may get to know one another, get to know each other, love each other, respect each other, and not demonize each other. And then he says, and surely the most honorable of you in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most pious one, the most God-fearing one, the one who has taqwa, the one who has piety. Piety is the key to success. That's why Prophet says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. When he first enters Karbala, Prophet tries to remind them. He tries to remind them of the sixth station that we are speaking. He tries to remind them, honestly guys, you're going to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're coming to fight me, you're coming to kill me, you're coming to fight my children, you're coming to kill my children, you're keeping us thirsty. We have no one. You have no one. All we have is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if it's not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there will be no one. And like I said, the best way to understand this is through his dua, dua arafah. What does he say? He says, إلهي إلى من تكلني إلى قريب فيقطعني. Oh Allah, who are you going to give me up to? Who are you going to put me in the hand? To the close one, إلى قريب فيقطعني. To the one that's close to me, so he will cut me off eventually. And how many friendships have we had where this guy's my brother, my best friend, I'll die for him. A small little fallout and he's gone. أم إلى بعيد فيتجهموني. Or you're going to put me in the hands of the one that's far away from me, the one that I don't speak to, the one that does not care for me, so he can pull me apart. أم إلى المستضعفين لي وأنت ربي ومليك أمري. Basically what he's saying is, Ya Allah, I do not want you to put me in the hands of anyone besides you, because the close one will cut me off, the one that's far will rip me apart, and the ones that mock me. They don't care for me. They don't care for my well-being. They don't care for my akhirah. They don't care for my sixth station. They don't care for my dunya. They don't care for anything. They come into my life and they want something specific and then they leave. أشكو إليك غربتي وبعد داري وهواني على من ملكته أمري إلهي فلا تحلل علي غضبك فإن لم تكن غضبت علي فلا أبالي. Hussein alayhi salam is telling Allah, look, whatever's going to happen to me in Karbala will happen. It's going to happen. But because I know you're with me, because I know you're the one that's taking care of me, I just want one thing from you. Do not get angry for me. That's all. Muhammad alayhi salam puts it perfectly through. He says, وَحَبْنِي صَبَرْتُ عَلَى حَرْبِ نَارِكَ. Even if I were to be patient, if you were to put me in hellfire, فَكَيْفَ أَصْبِرُ عَلَى فِرَاقِكَ. How will I be able to be patient with being away from you? That's where the problem is. And now, like we said yesterday, Hussein alayhi salam has farewelled his mother, has farewelled his daughter, and is going to complete his Hajj. But he has to get to his final tawaf because he has to finish his Hajj early, change it into a Umrah, because the people want to come and kill him. The animals want to come and kill him in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this poet puts it perfectly. My brothers and sisters, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine the way this poet describes this scene is completely out of this world. He says, قبل ما يشيل من مكة ضعن الدين والقرآن أبو السجاد بالكعبة قام يطوف النسوان زينب بالعفاف الطوف بين اخوتها عن الرجال ابو السجاد باليمنى وابو فاضل على الشمال. This poet puts it perfectly. He says, before they send away from Mecca the lights of Quran and religion, Abu Sajjad took the woman to do tawaf under his supervision. She circulates the Kaaba, Ya Zaynab, with a heavy heart and great pain. On her left is Abbas, and on her right is her brother Hussein. Her hands run along the walls until they shiver at the crack. Why? She stops and cries as her family memories take her back. Hussein witnesses her tears and knows what they mean. She remembers her father Ali and that dreadful scene. The day evil split the walking Quran with a poisoned sword. The day her father bled in prostration, calling Fustu Rabb al-Kaaba, calling I am victorious by the Kaaba's Lord. She recalls her father asking her on his deathbed, who would she like as her trustee? She said, I choose Abbas, but she did not foresee what was to be. Hussein tries to comfort her, but the truth is soon unveiled. Hussein cries and tells Zainab a premonition of their sad tale. Jibreel told me your cause from the pilgrims of Hajj in Makkah, dear Hussein, your cause of Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik will be on the lands of Karbala. Your talbiyat of Abbas's head, your talbiyat would be of Abbas's head split, falling face first on the sands of Karbala. Arrows embedded in his eyes as he lays there with his severed hands. Another talbiyah would be for Abdullah, the infant slaughtered by an arrow in his throat. A child killed thirsty with no water as the antidote. Hussein says to Zainab, your tawaf will soon be forced as you circulate what's left us after the slaughter. My ghusl for Hajj will be my own blood instead of water. My body would be Safa and Marwa would be Abbas. Be prepared to rush back and forth when we are murdered by the mass. Instead of my hair being shorter, the blade will take my head, Ya Zainab. You will become the Kaaba of sorrow, sister, after we are older. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا على بيت محمد بأي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. Raise your hand, brothers and sisters. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف 10 times. يا الله 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 بحق فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها ارحمنا برحمتك الواسعة يا الله. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prolong the lives of our scholars and for the deceased, for our loved ones, for the martyrs, for the scholars that have passed, for the ones who are oppressed in Yemen, in Iraq, in Palestine, in Syria and all around the world. Let's recite the Fatiha with a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.